wore out. The exterior metal, they're rotting away, literally. I got actually exactly 28 pumps that I can't do anything with them. They're sitting in a pile. I'm taking parts to keep other ones alive, but I need 28 pumps. They're over $2,000 a pump. I don't know where the money's going to come from, but I need 28 pumps.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
I just want to answer Scott's question about how much it cost when the other company was doing it. On the ones that wasn't covered under warranty, was between $700 and $1,400 for them to repair.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
$90 was the hourly rate from E1.
So we save a lot in labor just myself besides the parts.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
cannibalizing.
You mean we don't pay JC $90 an hour?
He wishes.
If we do, we're switching jobs.
Okay, this is the actually the second reading of this ordinance. The first reading, it was read and adopted on September 10th. I'm going to now open this for a public hearing. If anyone wishes to come forward to say anything on this item, please step forward. Seeing none, I now close the public hearing. We will now discuss and consider actually passing ordinance 2015-12. No, 11. I'm sorry, 2015-11. Is there any other comments? I want to commend the city manager and the city staff. I know it took a lot of maybe teeth gnashing, if you will, and work to make this budget balance. I know a lot of departments had to give up a little bit to get us to where we are, and it's really appreciated. I thank you all for doing that. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the ordinance as read into the record.
I will make the motion that ordinance 2015-11.
Second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor made by Commissioner James, second by Commissioner Evans, to approve ordinance 2015-11 as read into the record. Is there any further discussion by the commission? All right, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Jamison,
Yes.
Commissioner Evans,
Yes.
Commissioner James, Commissioner Williams,
Yes.
Mayor Weller.
Yes. Motion passes 5-0. Thank you. All right, we now move to unfinished business, which is to consider ordinance 2015-12. Mr. Attorney.
Madam Mayor, this is an ordinance of the City of High Springs providing consent for certain properties within the corporate limits of the City of High Springs, Florida, to be included in a special assessment district for a non-ad valorem assessment created by Alachua County for roadway improvements to portions of Northwest 210 Avenue, Northwest 205 Street, and Northwest 218 Avenue, and Northwest 202 Street, located within Alachua County, Florida, providing conditions for the consent, providing for severability, and providing an effective date. The appropriate motion is to pass ordinance number 2015-12 upon its second reading by title only.
Thank you. And this actually affects 7 parcels within the City of High Springs. My understanding in talking to Mr. Fay from the Alachua Public Works is that every owner of these 7 parcels was sent a letter letting them know about this and giving them the opportunity to respond. That was in addition to a public notice that went out for a hearing with the Alachua County Board of Commissioners as well, and that there was only one response that came back, and that was in the positive to go forward with this special assessment. Any discussion? All right, I will now open this ordinance issue for public input. If there's any comments from any individuals, please come forward. direct your comments to the mayor and leave it and have your comments limited to 3 minutes. All right, seeing none, we'll close the public hearing, and we'll discuss and consider passing this ordinance, which is 2015-12. Is there any further discussion by the commission? Commissioner Jameson?
I'm just curious, since the last, when we read this for the first reading, has there been any comments from the other 6? Has anybody heard anything at all?
Mr. Fay, have you heard anything?
Michael Fay, Letcher County Department of Public Works. I do understand that there was a citizen that expressed some concerns to our Rural Concerns Advisory Committee. And we plan on probably making a presentation to the Rural Concerns Advisory Committee in the next month or two about what the process is. But other than that, no.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve ordinance 2015-12 as read into the record.
Madam Mayor, I make a motion to adopt ordinance 2015-12.
All right, we have a motion on the floor made by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner James, to approve ordinance 2015-12 as read into the record. Is there any further discussion by the commission? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Evans?
Yes.
Commissioner James? Commissioner Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Weller?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jameson?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Thank you. Mr. Fay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioners. Hopefully I won't be seeing you for a while, but we'll see.
Thank you. All right, we now are up to citizen requests and comments. Is there anybody that would like to come forward? Please state your name for the record and limit your comments to 5 minutes, and direct all your comments to the mayor. Is there anybody that would like to come forward?
Mike, you're the only taker.
Yeah, they'll pull out.
I told an attorney today that I would be quiet.
Okay. All right, well, seeing none, we'll move on to new business, which is the first item under new business is to appoint a member to the Historic Review Committee. I think what happened is we have 5 people appointed to this, and then 1 individual resigned, and so we're looking for a 5th person. I would also like to point out to you that this was this review committee was set up in May and was given us 6 months to do this. I think they have not really met yet. They've tried a couple of times. So what we need, I think what we'll need to do is, one is look for another person, unless someone here today has someone to suggest to appoint to this committee. And then we'll have to bring this back, I think, to extend the time frame for the committee. Anybody have any names to suggest at this point? No?
Need some thought on that one.
Yeah, I've tried to reach out to someone today, but I couldn't get hold of them, so I've got another 2 people in mind, but whether or not they'd be willing to, I don't know yet. So, yes.
Question. So who do we have now for? Do you know about that?
We have Ronald Wilson, Paul Regensdorf, Pat Dixon, and who's that? Linda
Linda
Jones.
Jones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, the resolution that set the board, it requires 5 to 7 members.
Mhm.
So we only have 4, and I had a meeting set up for the 29th for them to meet, but there's not sufficient members. I don't know if the attorney can answer this, if they can still meet to discuss,
As long as you have
a quorum.
a quorum,
Yes.
so if you have 5 members that are appointed on the board and you have 3 that show up, then that is a quorum. So you can move forward even though you have your vacancy.
Okay.
Didn't we vote to approve Turk's son?
He's
Is
the
he
one
the
that
one
resigned.
that resigned?
Yes.
Okay. Can you give me his first name?
Jimmy.
Jimmy. There we go.
Yeah, Jimmy Thomas. Okay, well then we will continue to look, and you will continue to hold the meeting at this point. I mean, you have a quorum on the 29th. Thank you. We'll move on. Next, we have to consider the approval and authorization for the mayor to execute the DEP agreement number A6035 and A6036 for FERDAP grants for Catherine L. Taylor and Civic Center Parks.
Madam Mayor, I would suggest you approve these separately. So the first one is the A6035 between the State of Florida Department of Environmental Protection and the City of High Springs. And the appropriate motion would be to authorize the appropriate city officials to enter into the document which is entitled DEP Agreement Number A6035.
And that one is the Catherine Taylor Park FERDAP grant. And in going through it, that is a grant for $50,000. There is no match required for this, and the primary, just for the record, the primary project elements in this is to install new playground equipment, renovate or replace the existing tennis court, renovate or replace the existing basketball court, renovate or replace the existing playground equipment, renovate and replace the existing picnic facilities. And there's a support project element to this, which is to renovate and replace the existing restroom facility, renovate and replace existing perimeter fencing, grant writing, administration, engineering, and property survey. So I'm guessing that, assuming the $50,000 stretches that far, all this will get done, or it will go just as far as it can?
Yeah, actually, that's phase one. There'll be another FERDAP follows this when we're finished.
Oh,
This will probably get the playground equipment, do the basketball courts as far as resurfacing that, and that, not the bathroom.
okay.
The lights are in the second half?
Lights will be in the second half.
All right, any discussion on these? All right, I'll entertain a motion approving and authorizing the mayor to execute A6035 DEP agreement.
I make such a motion.
Second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor made by Commissioner James, seconded by Commissioner Williams. Is there any public comment? Any questions by the commission? All right, seeing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed indicate by saying no. Motion passes 5-0. All right, the second one, which is A6036, is the Civic Center Park phase. And basically, it is the exact same elements are to this project as I read previously on the Catherine Taylor Park, which is included in the information that was attached under Attachment A.
Madam Mayor, the appropriate motion is to authorize the appropriate city officials to enter into the document which is entitled DEP Agreement Number A6036 between the State of Florida Department of Environmental Protection and the City of High Springs for the Civic Center Park Phase 1.
Is there a motion?
Make a motion for appropriate city officials to enter into the DEP agreement A6036.
All right, Commissioner James. All right, we have a motion on the floor made by Commissioner Evans, second by Commissioner James. Is there any public comment on this? All right, seeing none. Yes.
Is there a time thing on those when it actually, when they're supposed to happen? Is there a time, like a beginning date on those?
I think it's, I read 2008 when as far as the ending date, it has to be completed by 2008, sometime 2018. That's what I read. I don't know about a beginning date, but.
Well, soon, they are talking about bringing the big checks here, your next council meeting.
The big what?
Big check.
Oh, paychecks.
Paychecks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right, we have a motion on the floor. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed indicate by saying no. Motion passes 5-0. Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is to discuss an in-house attorney position. I put this on here, and actually my document was to discuss advertising for an attorney's position, whether it's end up being in-house or out. as we current, or, a firm on the outside as we have, to, if the commission wants to go forward with that.
If you do go forward, Madam Mayor, be sure to put in the bid specs that the attorney has to be willing to wear a summer suit past Labor Day. You only get one applicant.
I didn't want to say anything, but I see, looking like my grandson sitting over there.
Ms. Parham, I guess what we would do is if the commission desires, we would advertise for services to see what kind of responses would be received. All right, commission, what's your pleasure?
I brought this up at the deal, at the workshop. I have no issue with Mr. Walker, and I've expressed that to him. I value their work greatly. My only concern is that I think we ought to at least, it's been done in the past. I see no problem with at least advertising. However, I would be very, very precise in the job description as to HR experience preferred. What we don't want to do, and this is going to be a conflict in statements here, what we don't want to do is get a lesser product than what we have. We have excellent representation, and I understand if you have somebody here. So I would like to make sure that maybe we could review the job description before it went out. I want to make sure if we're going to do that, that person has to be able to, with not much loss, be able to do what Mr. Walker and theirs has done. So I don't think it hurts us to at least put a job description out there, see what happens. Somebody drops in, and if not, we've got the best firm around anyway. But I think from a due diligence standpoint, I think we would do it for any other position. And I think that's the only thing that I have, my thought process is we would do it with any other position. There's no reason not to, just to see what's out there. If it's not, then we've got the best sitting here anyways.
Any other discussion?
Yes, that's pretty much well. I'm pretty much in agreement, but I definitely wanted to go out and try to select someone that's going to be able to walk into the door and do the job. I'm reluctant about hiring someone that got to be trained on the job. We don't been through that. No offense to no one else, but we've been there before, and I think as we moving as a city, we need to have someone know what they're doing, and that we don't have to step backwards. So I don't have a problem with putting it out there. And I think the salary going to be what, $85,000?
No, that's not really been determined yet.
They haven't determined it yet.
I think what we ought to do is, if we're going to do this, is ask Ms. Parham to create the job description and the advertisement and bring it back for us for review. And at that point, we can decide if we're going to go further on it. Makes sense.
So how are we going to determine the salary?
I would think when she brings it back in, we would talk about the salary, set the salary at that point.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I hate to throw this word out there, but I will.
No, Jason.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Evans?
I just would like to reiterate, I do agree with Commissioner Jameson. I do see it as having due diligence and seeing what is available out there, but I do have reservations with going to an in-house attorney. One of the last lawsuits that we just settled, and we came out kind of on the good end on, the agreement was started when we had an in-house attorney. And I do see the benefit of having a whole firm of attorneys versus one person that has one specialty and may know some other areas of the law. But I do think it doesn't hurt to look and see, but I do have reservations myself with going with in-house.
Okay. Anybody else?
So what is the process then?
Well, I guess we'd probably do a motion to direct the city clerk to bring back a job description and advertisement.
So are we going to try to do this before, what should be October 1st, or are we going to?
It'll be at the next commission meeting that it comes back. And then we'd have to go out and advertise if we decide to go forward.
That's what I'm saying, it's,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
'cause
it's not gonna be
It's not
a,
gonna be a rush then.
no.
Okay, thank
No,
you.
no, no.
That's because I just want us to take our time to
We're-
make sure
we're in
we
good- I'm gonna say we're in good hands.
go through the
It'll give
process.
us information for kind of when we start next year's budget, as well if it's after January. I mean, so that's following a good timeline.
Okay, so let me get it straight now. So Jen, you're gonna come up with the criteria, you're gonna come with the job description, and I know you said a many things that you like for the
Well, that's
city.
anything, we could go, I think when she comes back, maybe is there anything right now that people would like that she could look into? I just like to have somebody, if we're gonna do this. My
Personnel
thing was, I'd like to have somebody with HR, I don't think we have that, in planning. Is there anything else? We can give her some direction now to make sure that it's in.
I think you need to have municipal experience.
Everybody can just email me if they want to, what they would like to see in the job
Okay, that'd be a good
description.
idea. That'd give
And
us
then
some
I
time.
can include that.
Okay.
All right, so, need a motion, or just direct you to do, we'll just do that, we don't need to do a motion on this. Okay, all right. Motion. All right, and you all, the commissioners will email your preferences for what you feel should be included. All right, that moves us to item 4, which is to consider an interlocal agreement with the city of Alachua for building inspection services.
Madam Mayor, this is just a standard agreement. Alachua attorneys looked at it, our attorneys looked at it. What it really means is when their building official goes on vacation, we'll take over and vice versa. There's no money, nothing, it's just return of services.
Right.
And we'll probably do this also with Newberry, so the three are one.
Okay. Questions? Discussion? All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the entering into an interlocal agreement with the city of Alachua for building inspection services.
So moved.
All right, we have a motion on the floor made by Commissioner Williams, the second Commissioner James, approving or authorizing entering into an interlocal agreement with the city of Alachua for building inspection services. Any public comment? Seeing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All opposed indicate by saying no. Motion passes 5-0. Thank you. Okay, that takes us to the city attorney's report.
Nothing, Madam Mayor.
Mr. Manager?
You bet. As required by the commission to redo the chart in the land use, that is currently at the attorneys to do an ordinance, and we'll be back within whenever Courtney gets back. So there were only a couple of changes. I'll take it to the planning and zoning board as a courtesy. But there are very few changes made. At the present time, I'm the only city manager in Florida that is board certified to negotiate with unions. With a final grade of 86. Which means 14 of them.
What was the total point total you could get?
100.
So what's that, a B? Oh, nice. Okay, maybe a C plus.
No curve. Yeah, curve. Anyway, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yes, I know.
Congratulations.
It doesn't cost you any more either. So. God help the union. Okay, we have a Christmas party planned just for your calendar for the 17th of December. It'll be over at the Women's Club. I called it Wives Club once and almost got lynched. It is the Women's Club. And I have a number of sponsors for that, so we'll have a really good a good dinner, along with some gifts to the small children.
We're going to have a Charlie Brown Christmas trees.
We're going to
Because
have
they're
a
both kind
walk.
of failing.
We're going to, well, the ground obviously is polluted, but we're going to have a white flocked tree over here before we cut it down. And then we'll have lights. And I'll do the flocking so there won't be any cars that go by that have a white streak on it. And no, sir, you're not allowed to paint it.
Grinch.
Anyway, and that's all I have. Well, I am going tomorrow, and you can contact me by way of Costa Rica.
All right.
And you'll be gone how long?
10 days.
10 days. All right. Commissioner James?
I simply want to say thank you. A couple of meetings back, I mentioned to you that the gentleman over in the Catherine Taylor Park community wanted to do their little stage out in the park.
Yes.
And you were going to send the building inspector. He was there, and they came by to just say thank you to me. So I'm saying thank you to you for doing that.
A quick question. Last meeting, talked about the potholes around the First Baptist Church and whatnot.
We did.
Got them filled.
30, huh?
Got them filled.
All right, already.
But a question, didn't we buy a new machine
We
that
did.
was supposed to do it? I just saw them out there with the
I know.
front end loader. Is it not operational yet? I'm just wondering, just from my own edification.
They are learning.
Okay.
They really would like a place to learn on that's not so visible.
Okay.
Welcome.
And probably not so high traffic, too.
Yeah, that's right.
174th. 174th would be a good place for them.
not vis- that's not
I'll tell them
visible.
that.
That's a minute traffic. Just don't come in the mornings or late evening.
Yeah.
Be fine.
Okay, well, yeah.
But thank you for getting that done in a timely manner. That's all.
Yes, Commissioner Williams?
So, what's going on with the mowing?
The mower?
Mowing. I see them guys still not.
Really, we actually added additional time on that. I'll find out.
Okay, I hear, let's see, they did certain parts of the city, but some parts they haven't.
Okay, we go. Boy, I know it's growing like
Yes, it is.
weeds.
Yes. So,
Really is. But I'll get out there and take a look.
yeah, because he passed by it every day now, the owner. So he should say, oh, I need to mow this.
Yep.
Yeah. So, please jump on
All right.
that. I mean, you don't know if you're going to mention how did the classes go with the.
Oh, are you done?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I received a notice this week that we now have 40 people that are signed up for the classes, for the Santa Fe classes, which Santa Fe is very pleased with. They're setting the fall, what they call the fall B classes now. They're pulling that together as to what those classes are going to be. That one class, which I think we're all kind of concerned about, was the communications class. They had 7 or 8 people that had signed up for it and took the class, and they really liked it, and they wanted for that to continue. I think, and I haven't talked to Santa Fe yet, that my understanding anyway was that was going to be the first class, and then they were going to go into the resume and the interview type thing. But I'll talk to them and see make sure that they got that on their timeline there for doing that. But they seem very pleased with it. A couple of bumps in it as far as getting the doors open, but we're working on that. I think the classrooms are working very well.
I just thought you skipped me. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
We had the Volcanic Springs event this weekend. It was well attended. I don't think it was as well attended as it was last year, although there was a lot of advertising, at least not in the initial beginning, the first couple of ones. But everyone that came really enjoyed it. They thought it was great. And they've come back and said that they would like to see it again. And a lot of the kudos go out to Mike Loveday for handling all of it. He's been working on it. He was working on it for 9 months. I think it will become, a regular annual event that people are going to look forward to seeing. The other thing I'd like to say is thank you to the manager for taking care of Mr. Sperry's issue with the road being cleared away so that they can see around the corner. And I guess we just recently, on Northwest First Street, a complaint about speeders
Yes,
going down for that.
chief is taking care of it.
Right, so that'll be.
Because we only have 2 officers, so
Right.
they can't be everywhere.
Right. I think it'll
But
just
we
take a
will
couple,
focus, yeah.
couple of little tickets there.
That's right.
You know, slow
Yeah, I
things
know.
down, so.
Actually, Sergeant Schenk went out and personally spoke with him this afternoon. He was very happy that anybody actually came out and talked to him. So we'll put it on our radar, so to speak, and address it. One of the things that we just got delivered today, and this is from the programs that we did very well in, is a new radar speed trailer that actually works. So we're going to be putting it in different neighborhoods, and it'll display what the posted speed is and what the drivers are traveling. It also collects data, and we'll be able to analyze that. So it'll be a very good tool for us. We haven't had it in quite a while. So.
Question, you put it on Railroad Avenue as fast as you can.
Yep, it's going to be pretty popular. We're going to try to rotate it around, the neighborhoods.
Okay, thank you. All right, I think that's it. Yes.
This stop sign down, well, I said old post office, even though it is, down by CarQuest. You know what I'm talking about? Now, where do they stop? At the old post office, or do they stop at the end of that road? You're not for sure. Please look at that, because they're really supposed to stop by the building, but you still got people coming up to the road to try to make that left turn or right turn. I don't see several times where accidents gonna happen because people cannot see around CarQuest, and they're trying to creep out there in their road,
Right.
and them big trucks be coming through there sometimes. It's gonna be a dangerous accident down there.
Yeah, we did look at that. Actually, that was a concern from one of the workers at CarQuest when I walked the downtown shortly after I got here, and we did ask David from Public Works to go out there and see if they could put a stop bar out there. That was the concern. Actually, when you stop at the stop sign, the sign directs you to make a right turn, not to go out onto Main Street. So we did ask, and it was a little confusing. So we did ask for a stop bar to be put at the stop sign, and maybe some additional signage, because what we want them to do is make the right in front of the cave diving business, and then go out onto. We don't want them coming out, because by then they're already too far out, and they're kind of in no man's land, and they shouldn't be making a left there onto Main. So we identified it as an issue, and we identified it as mainly a signage problem and putting a stop bar out there. We'll go back out there this week and see if there's anything else that we can do.
What is a stop bar?
Stop bar is the white line that you usually see at an intersection where you're supposed to stop behind it.
Yeah.
And that'll be, normally it's before like a crosswalk, so you're not out into the crosswalk, or you're out into the intersection. So that's what I identified as a stop bar.
So if you don't want them to make a left out off of that road, then could you like put yellow stripes across on that one lane there where they would normally go, just kind of, would that,
Well,
are they not, is it illegal at this point for them to make a left off of that road?
Yeah, it's right turn only.
Okay.
So our,
Block that.
yeah, I mean, it's a terrible intersection.
Yeah.
It really is. But it's not the only intersection, in the city or in the county that's bad. So all we can do is the best that we can do by marking it correctly and maybe putting some additional signage out there. So we'll see if we need any additional signage. But a lot of people don't stop. Their main thing is to make the left there, and they can't.
Right.
They need to make the right before they go out there. Once they go past there, like I said, they're in no man's land, and when one does it, the 6 other cars behind them, they follow it. So, and we just really don't have the ability just to put an officer out there, monitoring all the time. It's on our list of places to watch, but it's just a bad intersection. It's badly set up.
Yes, Commissioner.
I've seen like over in St. Augustine and whatnot, there are cities that have old streets that don't make a lot of sense. They put those little reflective posts, I don't know if they're posts or what they are, and they actually block it where you literally can't, short of driving over them to make a left turn. Is that something you could do to make it where you can only turn right?
Yeah, that might be something where we kind of force them to make that right. So the only concern with that is with the vehicles that are trying to get into it off of Main, they have to make the left. So they would make the left in front of CarQuest, and then the left into that business. So if you block that off, I don't know how they get to that business now from Main.
Yeah.
So it's they would, I guess, kind of have to work their way back around and come up, and people just really aren't going to do that. That might hurt that man's business.
Okay. Anything else? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Meeting's adjourned at 7:23 p.m. Thank you. Mr. Manager, enjoy your vacation.